Hello, everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are tackling a really common but honestly super frustrating linguistic puzzle. We're talking about how you correctly explain why you do something in English. How do you express your purpose? We generally reach for the words to, for, and so that. But knowing exactly which one of those to pull from your toolbox, that's the real trick. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through this today, and we are going to make it highly interactive. This explainer is built on a listen-a-repeat format, so whenever we hit our practice sentences, I really want you to speak up right wherever you are. Okay, let's dive into it.
So, this brings us to our central question. Why do you do what you do? It is such a foundational part of human communication, right? We are constantly explaining our motives, our actions, and our goals to each other. And there is literally nothing quite as frustrating as when a tiny two-letter word completely derails what you actually meant to say. But don't worry, by the end of our time together, you are going to have complete command over these little words.
Here is our roadmap to conquering this puzzle today. 1. The power of to. 2. The for versus to trap. 3. Combining and asking why. 4. The heavy duty so that. And finally 5. A rapid-fire rule review. Let's jump into section 1, the power of to. We'll start right here with our foundational building block. The absolute fundamental rule you need to know is this. The most common and simplest way to express purpose is using the word to plus the base form of your verb. We use this directly to say why somebody does something or why a thing exists. Think of this as your grammar baseline. Let's look at some mini human dramas here. Think about the actions and the direct purpose behind them. Why did you go out? To post a letter. She called me. To invite me to her wedding. We yelled to warn everyone about the fire. Do you hear that rhythm? To post, to invite, to warn. The action has a crystal clear, direct purpose. Now it's your turn. Let's get some practice in. I'm going to read the sentence, and I want you to listen and repeat it out loud, really paying attention to that cadence. Ready? I'm studying to learn English. He works hard to earn money. They're traveling to see the world. Awesome job. You can really hear how naturally the verb just follows the to, right? What's actually super interesting here is that we can also use to plus a verb right after a noun. It acts almost like an adjective, describing what we can, should, or even must do with that noun. Think of it as asking yourself the question, for what? It's hard to find a place to park. A place for what? For parking. Do you have any work to do? Work for what? For doing. We use this all the time in English with concepts like time, money, chance, and courage. Like, I don't have time to wait. Or, do you have the courage to jump? Okay, moving on to section 2, the for versus to trap. You've got the basics down, but now we're walking into a bit of a linguistic minefield where a lot of students get tripped up. But don't stress, I've got the map for us right here. So here is your golden rule. I really want you to lock this one into your memory. Use for plus a noun. Use to plus a verb. It is beautifully simple, but man, it is so incredibly easy to mix up in the heat of a fast-paced conversation. Let's compare these side by side so you can see it in action. On one side we have, I went to the store for milk. Milk is a noun, right? It's a thing. On the other side, I went to the store to buy milk. Buy is an action, a verb. The actual purpose behind your trip to the store is exactly the same, but the grammatical structure totally shifts based on which tiny connector word you choose to use. And this brilliantly illustrates the point once again. Look at the left. This tool is for cooking. Here, cooking is actually acting as a noun, specifically a gerund. On the right, this tool is to cook food. Cook is our base verb. Listen and repeat these correct pairs with me, out loud. I need this for my job. I need this to do my job. Let's go out for pizza. Let's go out to eat pizza. Which brings us to a major red flashing warning sign. You must never say, I went to the store for buy milk. It's an incredibly common mistake, accidentally mixing the for with the verb. But hey, now that you know the golden rule, you know exactly what to avoid. For is for nouns, to is for verbs. Section 3, combining and asking why. Let's level up a bit and start building some more complex, richer sentences. We can actually start combining our tools together. The formula goes like this. For plus a person or thing plus to plus a verb. This structure is incredibly useful because it tells us exactly who the purpose is for. Who is the one actually receiving the action or the opportunity? Let's feel the rhythm of this specific combination. I'll read and you listen and repeat. I brought a book for you to read. This is too heavy for me to lift. It's a good opportunity for him to learn. See how seamlessly we specified exactly who the action belonged to? And when we want to ask about the purpose of something, we very often bookend our question with for. What is this button for? Well, it's to turn on the light. What did you say that for? Oh, I said it to make you laugh. It's just a very natural, conversational way to demand a reason. All right, section 4, the heavy duty so that. Take a deep breath because we are bringing in the heavy machinery now. Sometimes 2 plus a verb just isn't quite strong enough for what you need to say. You need the heavy duty connector. We use so that in 3 very specific scenarios, and breaking it down into these 3 distinct steps manages the cognitive load perfectly. We use it to avoid a negative situation, to enable a future action, or to enable an entirely different person to do something. Let's look at the first rule, avoiding negatives. When our purpose is to stop something bad from happening, we pair so that with won't or wouldn't. Listen to these little scenarios and repeat after me. Leave early so that you won't be late. I whispered so that I wouldn't disturb anyone. Save your money so that you won't have problems later. Our next 2 rules deal with enabling the future and enabling other people. We use words like can, could, will, or would right here. She's studying so that she can get a better job. And notice how beautifully so that connects 2 entirely different people in this next sentence. I gave her my number so that she could call me. I did an action, causing a direct effect for someone else. Let's practice that. Please sign this so that we can process your application. Speak slowly so that everyone can understand. And here we are at section 5, the rapid fire rule review. You have done an absolutely incredible job holding all of these rules in your head today. Now, let's prove that you've unlocked this puzzle with a quick rapid fire review. I want you to take a look at this cheat sheet, really feel the grammar, and say these sentences out loud with full confidence. Here we go. 2 plus verb. I'm calling to confirm my appointment. 4 plus noun. This is a device for measuring temperature. So that, to avoid a negative, I'm wearing a coat so that I don't get cold. And finally, so that for another person. She left a note so that he would know she was home. Fantastic! You did it! You have successfully navigated the tricky intricacies of 2, 4, and so that. You now have the exact linguistic tools you need to express your goals, avoid confusion, and make your intentions crystal clear in English. So, I'm going to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. If the tiny words we choose dictate how the world understands our motives, what will your words say about you tomorrow? Get out there, use these structures, and make your purpose known. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.